Hey, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I got a series I want to tell you guys about. It's on a channel called Epix. A-P-I-X. Epix. Epix is starting to be another one. It's a streaming service, but they're really you can get on like cable. Cable will carry them too. So, but I paid $6 a month for them. But Apex is a really good little add-on feature to my YouTube, my live YouTube TV. So anyway, it's this series is called From. It's called From, and it's got some Lost vibes in it. You guys remember the series Lost? Well, it had. I think the people that had something to do with Lost has something to do with this series. Now I'm only on episode 3 or episode 2. It just started, just came out, but it is a good show, and I don't think a lot of people know the show's is on, because when I was at work, I told a guy about it, and he was like, Apex. He goes, Apex? He goes, yeah. He said, I never heard of Apex. I said, yeah. I said, it's on some of these cable networks. I said, I got YouTube Live, and I said, it's an add-on feature. I said, just like HBO Max and all that kind of stuff. He goes, I never heard of Apex. He goes, I said, yeah, it's one of those add-on stations you can add. I said, but anyway, man, I told him, I said, man, this new series called From, it's good. But anyway, From, it's about, I'll read it and I'll discuss it from there. It says, residents of a small town search for a way out when unknown forces keeps them from leaving. And that's exactly what it is. Now, when I watched the first episode, you know how you first watch something and you're like, wow, man, this looks pretty intriguing, You're like, man, I'm gonna have to check that out. So, I watched it and stuff because there was another show on there that I was watching that I liked, and I seen the previews of that, and I fell in love with it. And I'll put a video up about that one as well. But anyway, these people, man, they get stuck in this town, they can't get out, and they have to get back in the house at sundown. As soon as that sun goes down, man, they have to get back inside, and they have to put this rock at the front of the door, and it has these little diagrams on this rock. Each person has a rock, and they're split up into two factions. You got this big house where a lot of people decide they want to stay in that house together, and then you got people that stays within the town. But that little town, once you get stuck in that little town, you can't get out. So the series opens up with this family of 4, husband and wife and the little boy and the daughter, teenage daughter. And, they must be going on a trip because they got an RV. Well, anyway, they decided, when they went down this road, there was this big tree. And this big tree was in the way, and they go, why would a big tree be in the middle of the road? And there was these black crows on the tree, and then they looked up, and there was a bunch of black crows. They thought that was a little creepy, so they decided to take an alternate route, which they said, well, I seen another road down there, let's take that. So when they took that road, that was the wrong thing to do, because that road took them through this town. So at first, they went through the town, and everybody looked at them, and they just like, they was just looking at, and the people in the town was looking at them, and then this black guy, he's a sheriff in this town. He kind of keeps things together. So they go through the town, so they keep going, and then they come back around, and they come back through the town again, and then he's like, this is weird. Then we just come through there, and they go, yeah. So then they rolled the window down. They asked somebody, hey, how can we get out of this? And the one girl never said nothing. Then when they went to the sheriff, which is this black guy, he was like, yeah, just keep going straight. And then when they said, okay, thanks. So then when they left, there was a guy looking at the sheriff. He says, should we tell him? He goes, no, just let them ride around. He goes, and so they kept coming back around. They kept coming back to these people. And then the two was arguing and stuff. The couples was arguing because, she was telling her husband, this is crazy. We shouldn't be, going back in circles like this, and stuff. And so then, while they was doing that, it went back to the townsfolk, and they put this, those things, those spikes they put across the road that cops use to slow down cars that they're chasing. So they put that down because they knew that they weren't gonna get out. And but before they got to town, there was these two guys in another car, and they lost control and they almost hit head on, and they end up, going off in the ditch, and the little boy got hurt real bad. And then so the town folks had to come in. Somehow they found out, and the town folks came in. Yeah, one of the guys got out, and he went into the town to get help. So they all came back, and they had to try to help him before the sundown comes. So that's how this thing takes off. Well, then, one guy's knocked out. He's on drugs, that the two guys in the car. And then the family that was in the RV that went down the ditch, man, they was stuck, and the little boy had something stuck in his leg. So they had to spend the night there. But then they was trying to convince those people that you couldn't. You had to put all the blinders down. Then they had to get everybody out of there, and everybody was arguing because the people that don't know nothing about the town, he's like, "Why we got to leave?" And this and that. So it's really good. So I watched the second episode. The first episode was awesome, but it's a setup. But the second episode, it was just as good. So I'm only on episode 2 because that's the only episodes that are out is 1 and 2. Now, this is a very graphic movie. What I'm trying to find out, these things are not vampires though. These things that come out at night, they look like regular people, but if you take the rock down, they can enter your home. But then you don't know how they're killing you because, man, the way they kill these people, man, it rips their inside open, and it's pretty graphic, man, some of the stuff that they showed in there. It doesn't show them actually killing the people. It actually shows what they do after they kill them, when they find them. But I think this is going to be a hit, Like I said, it's on Epix. So anyway, it's called From. It's only 2 episodes out right now. So, man, I got me another good show to watch. Well, anyway, God bless, take care, and we'll catch you in the next video. We'll see you.